ccst9045 project presentation. The effect of sugar content on the height and density of chocolate cake. The aim of the experiment is to make the perfect chocolate cake with the best taste and texture. The hypothesis is the higher the sugar content of the cake, the higher the cake rises and the higher the density of it. These are the dependent, independent, and controlled variables of the experiment. Here is a photo showing all the equipment and ingredients. These are the equipment needed. And these are all the ingredients. First, preheat the oven to 160 degrees Celsius. Then, sift together the flour, cocoa powder, and baking powder into a medium mixing bowl. Set aside. Add butter, egg, sugar, and milk into a large bowl. Beat with a whisk until combined. Add the flour mixture to the liquid mixture, and mix them with a spatula until a smooth batter forms. Pour the batter into the 3.5-inch cake mold, which is placed with baking paper, and bake for 25 minutes. Remove from the oven and let cool for 10 to 15 minutes. When you can touch the cake pans, flip the pan over and remove the cake from the baking paper. Measure the height of the cake, correct it to 1 decimal place with a ruler in centimeters. Then divide the cake evenly into half. Observe and compare the density. Lastly, repeat the above steps with different amounts of sugar, which is 0 grams, 15 grams, 30 grams, and 45 grams. Now, let's see the results. Owing to time constraints, I will only show the photos of the first test. The heights of the 4 cakes with different amounts of sugar are 3.8 cm, 5.0 cm, 5.2 cm, and 5.5 cm respectively. On the left side, there is a table showing the average data of the 3 tests. According to the graph on the right side, we can see that the higher the sugar content of the cake, the higher the height of the cake. Regarding the density of the cakes, which is the second independent variable, we can see that from the photos, the cake with 0 grams sugar is the least dense, and there are larger holes inside the cake, while the one with 45 grams sugar is the densest, as the size and number of holes are the least compared to the other 3 cakes. Therefore, the higher the sugar content of the cake, the higher the density of the cake. Now, I'm going to explain the science behind the results. Let's see how sugar affects leavening in a chocolate cake. When sugar and butter are creamed together, the sugar crystals rub against the lipids and help drive air into the mixture. During baking, these air pockets expand, causing the chocolate cake to rise. Therefore, the higher the sugar content, the more air is driven into the mixture, which causes the cake to rise higher. Then, let's see how sugar affects gluten formation in a chocolate cake. As sugar is hygroscopic, which means it has a tendency to attract water molecules, fewer water molecules are free to bind with gliadin, glutenin, to form gluten, which slows down and reduces gluten formation in the cake batter. Therefore, the higher the sugar content, the less gluten is formed in the batter, as sugar reduces protein-protein interactions, which creates a chocolate cake of higher tenderness, which is higher density. The first possible error is ingredients such as butter, cocoa powder, and flour are stuck in the bowl, so the amount of these ingredients vary in each mini chocolate cake, which may affect the height and density of the cake. To improve this, use a clean spatula to get all the butter, cocoa powder, and flour into the mixture, so that we can minimize the error caused by different amounts of these ingredients. The second error is that there may be errors in height measurement, as it is measured with a ruler and observed with human eyes, so the percentage error of the results is very high. To improve, observe the result at an eye level that is horizontal to the ruler, so that the result measured won't be larger or smaller than the actual. As the amounts of sugar affect leavening and gluten formation in the chocolate cake, in conclusion, the density and height of the mini chocolate cake increases with sugar content. Here are the references. Thank you.